Hello, friends at AEA Charter School. I appreciate you taking some time out of your very busy schedule to come down to the office and check out the demo on the new Sharp BP series. Before we get started, just wanted to give you some quick background on myself and the company. Once again, I am Jarreau Gilbert with Coastal Business Systems. I am the branch manager here in Chico. There's 3 total locations, of course, us here in Chico, up the road in Redding, and then our headquarters is in Eureka over on the coast. We've been around since 1981. We are hyper local. The owner of the company is from here. Most of the employees are born and raised in the area. Matter of fact, one of our technicians was a student of my grandfather's when my grandfather taught at Chico High way back in the day. Quick overview on what we're going to cover today. So Sean, I know for you in IT, the most important thing and the biggest concern you had was network and data security, so we'll cover that. Mike, I know you were most concerned with ease of use for both faculty, students, and administration. And of course, Pat, you are the money person, right? So your biggest concern, of course, was making sure that we kept the budget neutral or even brought it down a little bit. So we're going to talk about how we can lower some operational costs. Before we get started, I just wanted to make sure that we're all on the same page. When we last spoke, Pat, you mentioned that there is an upcoming RFP, and we all agreed that if this demo meets all your criteria here today, that we could actually circumvent the RFP process and we could buy off a Sourcewell contract, which is an already awarded government contract. So essentially, there's no negotiating, there's no haggling. It makes it a lot easier on your end. You don't have to go to multiple vendors, do multiple demos, go through these bids line item by line item, saving you time and everyone a headache. So are we still on the same page there?
Yes.
We are? All right, great. So let's get started. To get started, I wanted to give a brief overview on some of the specs on the new Sharp BP series. So let's start there.
The Sharp BP Advanced Series Color MFP. You've never seen anything like this before. Featuring a 300 sheet document feed, double feed detection, scan straight to the cloud, email, network folder, and so much more. Also featuring a 10.1 inch customizable user interface with a boom pull-out QWERTY keyboard. You've never seen this before either. Soft close drawers, like the cabinet drawers my wife wishes I would buy because I can't stop slamming drawers. Also featuring a walk-up motion detector, so the device is only working when you are. As if that wasn't enough, we present to you the very first inline folding unit. Are you freaking kidding me?
All right, so now that we've covered some of the specs on the device, let's get into some of the functionality. Before we get started, Sean, I just wanted to mention, I understand how important security is to you, and I just wanted to touch on the end of lease function, where when these devices come to term and you're ready to turn in your MFPs and upgrade to new ones, you can use the end of lease function to erase any sensitive data that may be on the hard drive, and it will also print you a confirmation page, which no other MFP in the marketplace does. That way you can rest assured there's no data on there, you're good to go, and you can cover your own butt there, right? So staying on the topic of security, let's talk about MFP authentication. So we use this in almost all of our schools, and the reason being is there's a lot of different people accessing these MFPs. So we would give all your faculty members and administrators that have permission to use the MFPs their own PIN. And so you come up, you authenticate on the device itself, and just to let you know, everything you're seeing on the Sharp Aquas board is what is happening on the interface here on the LCD screen on the BP series MFP. So out of the box, one thing that Sharp offers that no other manufacturer does is we have cloud connectors at no additional cost. So I know that your school uses OneDrive to save files, lesson plans, share workbooks, things of that nature. So again, I have authenticated to the device, and you're gonna love this as well, Sean. Single sign-on. So you're not going to have instructors and administrators calling you saying, hey, I forgot my password. You sign on once, you're good to go. As long as they don't change their password, you should be good here. So I'm going to go ahead and access OneDrive just simply by clicking it. Again, I've already authenticated in the past, so because it's single sign-on, I don't need to do it again. So I'm an instructor. I'm getting ready to go teach my class. I forgot my USB thumb drive that has my workbooks to hand out for the day. No problem. I've already saved it to OneDrive, as is policy on campus for all your instructors. So I can just go to the MFP itself. I can authenticate. I can come right here to my workbook for the day, and I can print as many copies as I need. And just like that, I'm able to access OneDrive. This isn't an add-on. This is not an additional cost. This comes to you straight out of the box on all the Sharp BP series. All right, and just like that, I was able to print my worksheets for the day. These worksheets are specific for instructors who are teaching students with dyslexia. So I was able to print from OneDrive, but let's go the other way. Let's scan to OneDrive. So I'm an instructor, it's the end of my day. I just want to upload my lesson plan for tomorrow. I simply load the document feed, select scan a document in OneDrive, and this you will absolutely love. So if you click file format, you can scan OCR, so that's optical character recognition. That means you can create a searchable PDF, which definitely comes in handy for instructors when you're uploading, let's say, quizzes, and you want to take them home for the weekend and grade them. You can search the PDF. You can make these scans searchable PDFs. All right. Beyond that, you can also go to preview and edit mode. So before I send the scan, I can preview what I sent. Again, I'm an instructor. It's been a long day. I'm getting ready to head home. I just want to make sure my lesson plan is uploaded. And as I do that, I see, oh, whoops, I've actually uploaded a duplicate. So we'll go ahead and delete that right there. Edit end, start, and now this document has been sent to OneDrive. So when I walk in the morning, I already have my documents ready. I can go straight to the class. I don't need to go to my desk to scan these documents. All right, so one thing we can do to help save on costs and cut down on discarded prints is we can set up file retrieve. Now what file retrieve does is it allows the user to send prints throughout the day to the MFP, but they need to authenticate and be at the MFP in order to print those. So you just come to file retrieve, all my prints from the last couple days are here, and I go ahead and print that. And on the security side of things, we have our file retrieve set up currently so it auto deletes all the data in here every Sunday at midnight. And Sean, on IT end, you can set that up however you'd like, if you want to do it once a week, once a month, but it just ensures that there's no sensitive data just sitting on the hard drive. Now, you all mentioned to me that you send out mailers to alumni, to parents, and to members of the community once a quarter, and you send out about 2,000 of them. The way you're currently doing it is you print all 2,000 in-house, right? And then your administrators are spending all day folding those. No more, my friends. I am introducing to you the first inline folder on an MFP. You've never seen this before, and the days of folding by hand are no more. You can set up the job in the device. We can customize that so whenever your mailers are going out once a quarter, they just click mailer and all the settings are saved. They don't have to remember all the steps to fold, and you're good to go. The first ever on the marketplace inline folder. There we go. Yep. All right, so before we wrap today, I just wanted to discuss one last thing here. Mike, you mentioned ease of use being your biggest concern. So if you look at the screen here, one thing you might notice is it resembles that of a smartphone. Everyone has smartphones these days, and so Sharp intentionally designed it this way to be intuitive for everyone to use. So the plan moving forward would be to replace your current fleet of MFPs that are kind of a mismatched bunch and standardize your fleet. So if you learn how to use one of our MFPs, you know how to use all of them on campus. So that will help when it comes to ease of use as well. All right, thanks once again, AEA Charter School. So Sean, we discussed network and data security when we discussed things like end of lease, MFP authentication, secure print, file retrieve, things of that nature. When it comes to ease of use, we talked about the intuitive layout of the LCD screen. We also talked about standardizing your fleet. So if you learn one machine, you learn all our MFPs, right? So we knocked that one out. And then lowering operational costs. By standardizing your fleet, we just use one supply across all devices. And in addition to that, using file retrieve and the preview, the pre-scan, preview, and edit mode will help cut down on unnecessary prints. So, is there any criteria that I did not meet or any questions that you all have?
No, you nailed it.
No? All right. Is there any reason we wouldn't move forward today?
Where do we sign?
No? All right. I love to hear it. All right. Well, Coastal is very much looking forward to partnering with you at AEA Charter School. Let's get this paperwork signed and let's go to lunch.